to worry about, is there?
Well, I wish I could be sure of that.
Well, the people round here aren't psychic or something, are they? I mean, why should they suddenly start thinking I might not have gone to Leicester last Monday?
Janet, the people around here can scent a scandal from 5 miles away with sugar bags over their heads.
But, Alan, darling, there's no scandal to scent, is there?
Yes, sir. In the morning.
You know what I always wonder about birds like them?
What?
Where'd you find them?
Where, indeed?
Well, take her, for instance. I mean, there's certainly nobody like her in this neck of the woods. Gorgeous.
Do you know, I feel sorry for you, Colin. Sorry the women round here are such a big disappointment to you.
Oh, I weren't meaning any disrespect to you, Janet.
Well, I live in this neck of the woods now, you know. In that little shop at the corner of Coronation Street. Surely you've seen me when you've been driving past in your white Merc. Or is it a Bentley?
No, what I meant, Janet, were that a girl like that's, well, remote. A bit like a cream bun in a shop window.
And I'm like a rock bun, am I?
No, you're real. I'm not frightened of you. Well, not much. But I'd run a mile from somebody like her.
So what you mean is, you wouldn't take liberties with her, but you would with me? Do you make a habit of insulting people, Colin Harvey? Because you're very, very good at it. Very good indeed.
Excuse me for interrupting a good row, but I'd like a few words with my husband.
Morning, Mrs. Howard.
Good morning, Miss Reed.
Actually, I was just leaving, having had enough of a certain somebody's bad manners. Not to mention his terrible lust.
Oh, heck.
Having woman trouble, Colin?
Well, sometimes I think I'm making some headway. Next, she's treating me like a big kid.
Oh, you don't know when you're lucky. I wouldn't get too involved with our Janet if I were you. I reckon she eats little lads like you for breakfast. Don't you think so, Alan?
What?
I was just saying to Colin that Janet Reed's a bit too experienced for him.
I wouldn't know.
Well, it's thought, isn't it? I mean, you see, I haven't got any what you might call cheesecake photographs of myself that I can very casually circulate. And you being a cheesecake photographer now, I thought
am not photographing cheesecake. Girls, Lucille, I'm photographing vistas and furbishings, as Mr. Piggott puts it.
Yeah, come on. Don't tell me you'll not be decorating them vistas and furbishings with the odd bikini or two.
Oh,
yes. Well, they'll sell more coach trip holidays for Willie Piggott, and he knows it.
I'm quite sure that a plain, ungarnished vista or hotel room will sell just as many.
Emily thinks she will be drowning in bikinis.
Drowning in them? Now, why should she think that?
Well, you know what a woman's imagination is, especially when it's stirred up with a bit of jealousy.
Jealousy? Who is there to be jealous of?
That courier woman, for a start. I mean, she's smart, you've got to admit it, very sophisticated.
Didn't actually notice.
Yeah, well, Emily's noticed, and take it from me, she's got a touch of the green-eyed monsters.
Emily, jealous? Oh, don't be silly.
Hey, you fancy that idea, don't you?
Nonsense.
You're preening. You are. You're preening, just like a peacock.
I am not preening, Lucille.
I reckon Emily's got something to be jealous of. Not watching you, do.
I do not want watching, and I do not intend to litter any photographs I take with bikinis, however many holidays they may sell.
Oh, thank you, Emily, dear. That's a great help. I seem to be having one of those days when I'm perpetually an hour behind schedule. Aren't those wrong?
Wrong?
Knives right, forks left, love, not vice versa.
Oh, sorry, I hadn't noticed.
Feeling a little blue, are we, because Mr. Bishop's going a-journeying?
Yes.
Oh, I used to feel terribly depressed when Jack was going back on leave. I tried to put a brave smile on it, of course, for his sake, but deep down, oh, I was a real Pagliacci.
Yes, I'm sure. Mrs. Walker, I'm at loggerheads.
Oh, what with, love?
A rather new emotion for me.
Well, it's nothing to be ashamed of, love. A little healthy melancholy because one's man is going out of one's life. Enjoy it. If certain novelists are to be believed, ladies used to make a career out of being lovelorn in a more gentle age.
I'm not lovelorn, Mrs. Walker, so much as jealous. At least I think that's what it must be.
Jealous of what, love?
Ernest and his, well, companion on the trip, Miss Miller.
I see.
I can feel all my muscles contracting at even the mention of her name, and seeing her tends to freeze my mouth into what I'm sure must be an idiotic grin.
Those certainly do sound like the symptoms. Though, of course, I only know them at second hand from other people.
Oh, I know it's an unworthy emotion. Oh, beware, my lord, of jealousy, etc. And I ought to fight it.
Emily.
Yes.
I am a great believer in woman's intuition. In fact, outside of nuclear energy, I think it is the greatest force in the world.
Really?
And if you are harbouring even the slenderest suspicion regarding Ernest and this trip of his, my advice is...
Yes, Mrs.
Tell
Hall.
him not to go. Firmly and decisively order him to cancel the trip. I would, without the slightest compunction. Because, you see, dear, men are their own worst enemies. They really do need us to keep them on the straight and narrow. Even, God bless him, my own dear Jack. Lunch will be ready in exactly 5 minutes.
Yeah, no. All the same, I reckon it's good business sense.
Yeah, you know what I reckon, Albert? I reckon it's just an excuse to go jollying all over Europe with all that crackling.
Oh, what crackling? Thought it was just the courier in earnest.
Not according to Willie Piggott, he's fixed up like girls and all.
Yeah, well, I reckon Piggott would be daft if he didn't let me go with him. You know, reconnoitring for pensioners' trips. Big business in pensioners' holidays these days, you know.
We're going to have to get in a queue, Albert.
What queue?
Well, I put my name down as chaperone for these girls. Piggott reckons he's hired.
Well, all the same, I'm going to put it to him. You know, I reckon I could do with him on to doing the lap of luxury at Piggott's expense.
I could do with a month or two living on a lap of luxury, if you know what I mean. Come on.
Right. I come out at those.
They had a conspiratorial air about them, didn't they?
Men's talk.
Oh, yeah, subject normal, was it? Right, what did I come in for now? Oh, yes, half a pound of streaky bacon, please. Bit of a nip in the air this morning, so I thought I'd better have something more substantial for breakfast than wafer-thin blackened toast. Tell me, it is impossible to toast sliced bread, isn't it? I mean, it's not just me.
It is fairly odd.
Yeah.
Ken,
Yeah.
do you mind if I ask you a whopping great favour?
I don't owe you any money, do I? I mean, one of the positive things I've done since Val died is stop paying bills. I've got 9 at the moment gathering dust under the fruit bowl.
No, it's not money. It's Janet and Alan.
Alan Howard?
I think they're making fools of themselves. Well, I'm sure she is.
You did say Alan Howard?
Yes.
Whew. Well, that's what the Americans would call a pipperoo.
Would you have a word with her?
Me?
Yeah, well, somebody should, and, well, I can't think of anybody else.
Well, that gives me about as much right to interfere as a Zen Buddhist at a conclave of cardinals.
Please, Ken. For Alan's sake, he is your friend.
You reckon she's making all the running then?
Well, it seems so.
Well, it'd just be a silly flirtation. If I remember rightly, half the women in the neighbourhood felt the same way about Alan when he first arrived. It takes 2 to tango, you know, Maggie.
Takes 1 to commit a murder, which is what had happened if Elsie ever got to know.
Poor Colin, he didn't know whether he was standing on his head or his heels. I'll say one thing. You know, she knows how to handle fellas, that girl.
I'll go along with that.
Yeah. You know, it took me over half an hour to persuade him not to join the Foreign Legion. Anyway, fellas shouldn't be so daft, should they? You know, we're a very hard and dishonest lot, us women, when we want to be.
Hey, fancy Elsie Tanner that was and always will be to yours truly, admitting that.
Yes, but it wasn't meant for your big ears, Willie Piggott. And then again, I'd forgotten how big they were.
Witty as a Wigan comic, eh? A tongue on to a cutting edge by a full and varied life, eh, Elsie? Just like mine.
Yeah, I'll get him, and he went to school half time.
But he does have a way with words, doesn't he? I've always thought that.
Yes, he has a way with his hot sticky hands and all if you give him half a chance.
Oh, come on, Elsie, let's keep the conversation clean, eh? I believe you met Sheila.
In here last night.
Well, here is another of my proteges, Karen Spencer, who used to pretend she was a typist until I accidentally noticed her 36-24-36 figure and persuaded her she had a future elsewhere. Like modelling for me on this safari, eh?
Yeah. I tell you what, you've got yourself another travelling companion, and personally, I travel with her through Aslington, Ekman, Wycombe, Wallasey, sitting on a hot ingot.
Look, I'm definitely going to ask Piggott if I can go with him.
Oh, well, but you disgust me. Oh, heck. What's up, Bernie? You're disappointed she's a brunette. There's always a flaw, you know. It's too much. It's altogether too much. Emily will blow her top. Emily? What's she got to do with that?
Oh, do buck up, Emily. I thought you'd resolved to follow my advice.
I am resolved, Mrs. Walker.
Then why are you picking at that very expensive halibut as if it were a stewed sock?
I'm resolved not to follow your advice.
Oh, then why did you ask for it in the first place?
But I can't be untrue to my principles, can I? I've been spouting the live and let live philosophy for 40 hysterical years.
Emily?
Yes.
Where men are concerned, a woman can't afford principles.
No, I mean, look, why should I lash out on half a dozen models, Elsie, when I've got Karen here and 5 wigs?
Well, you're never very generous with your money, were you, Willie?
Well, I've tried to spend it, but it always seems to get stuck to my fingers.
Funny, I never have that trouble with mine.
Excuse me, Mr. Piggott, I'd like a word with you if you don't mind.
Hello, Ernie. Have you just come in, then?
No, I've been sitting here.
Oh, now here is another of your colleagues, Karen Spencer, Ernie Bishop. He'll be asking you to watch the birdie for the next few weeks.
Miss Spencer?
Karen.
Karen?
Very pleased to meet you. Anything you want me to do, I'll be only too glad to oblige. Anything.
Well, there you are, Ernie. I mean, the lass can't say fairer than that, can she, eh?
No, no, indeed, no.
Ah, get in there, Ernie. Remember who
Hey, I've known you longest.
I'd like a word in private, if you don't mind, Mr. Piggott.
Well, of course I don't mind, Ernie. Shall we sit at a table? Hey, you're not going to ask me for an increase already, are you?
No, it's not.
Oh. Oh, in that case, I can get him in again. All round, Betty Love, will you? And a double for Elsie for old time's sake.
What old times?
Well, there might be some yet. You never know.
You'll be lucky.
What a character, isn't he? And very generous.
Yes, he is when he wants to be.
Hey? Now, look, let's get this straight. You want to cry off because you think Emily's not keen on you going?
I know it sounds silly, but...
Silly? Look, it's stark raving mad. You want to pack in an opportunity like this because you think your lady friend's unhappy? I mean, what's her objections to you going?
Oh, I don't really know.
You don't know? Look, have I employed a photographer or a lunatic?
Look, I haven't...
Cute.
So,
I haven't actually spoken to Emily yet, but I've heard through a third party. I know, I understand exactly how she feels. I know how I'd feel if she went off with Mr. Universe or Tarzan.
look, I'm trying to keep calm, Ernie, believe me. You don't know if she's objecting or not because you haven't spoken to her, but somebody has told you that she has.
Dead right, Mr. Piggott.
But you yourself want to go.
Of course I want to go.
Look, I'll tell you what you do. You just leave everything to me, Ernie, and I will have a word with Emily for you.
Yeah, what are you going to say to her? I don't want her upsetting.
Look, leave Emily to me, will you, Ernie? I will set her mind at rest. In fact, she will be carrying your bags to the airport by the time I finish with her.
I mean, what sort of person is she?
Well, search me, lad.
Oh, 1 minute she's blowing hot, next she's blowing cold.
'Twas ever thus with women, Colin. They seem to think it's part of their fatal charm. Personally, I just find it boring.
She doesn't fancy anyone else as you know of, does she?
Not that I know of.
No, I don't think she does. I've not seen her out with anybody. I've been taking particular notice. Not actually spying on her, but keep my eyes open, you know. Hey, there's not something I should be doing as I'm not doing, is there, Mr. Howard?
You had your dinner, Colin?
Well, I'll be grateful for any advice at all.
Look, will you go and get your dinner? And don't ask me about advice about your love affairs. I'm getting a bit sick of hearing about it, all right?
When do you go back to school then, Ken? You seem to have been on holiday for months. He has been on holiday for months, like all these hard-working school teachers.
I go back next week, so put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Oh, that's why you're looking a bit down in the mouth, is it?
Oh, am I? I didn't know I was.
Tell you what, Betty, he could be in love.
Could be, yes. It's a very popular pastime these days, you know, falling in love. Did I say something?
No, I'm sorry. My mind was just completely on something else.
I think you have hit the nail right on the head. He has got a woman. Oh, and here's somebody else who wishes he had.
What?
Oh, God save them out. You fellas, what's up with you? You're all dreaming today.
They've probably both got quite a lot of troubles.
Can I have a pint shandy, please? Anybody else drinking?
What a daft question.
And a gin and tonic, please. Ken?
No, thanks. No, that'll do for me. I have some unfinished business to attend to.
Emily's here, Mr. Piggott.
Well, you get going, lad. Quick, go on.
Hello, Emily. I didn't know you were in. I'm just off to the shop, you know, last-minute preparations and that.
Don't let me detain you.
No. Will you be popping in to see me off?
All right.
Right.
Mr. Piggott.
Hold your horses, Emily.
Pardon?
Sit down. I want to have a heart-to-heart talk with you.
Isn't it usually wallet to wallet in your case?
Oh, you know, there must be something in the air around here. Everybody's as sharp as a cat's ears. Look, sit down, please.
Well,
You've changed your hairstyle, haven't you, Emily? It's an improvement. Oh, a definite improvement.
I'm due back at work in 5 minutes, Mr. Piggott.
A little bird tells me that you've put the dog on this business trip of Ernie's.
Oh,
Have you?
of course not. Why should I?
Because you're suffering from an exclusively female disease called jealousy.
Don't be ridiculous. Me jealous? Really? And anyway, jealousy isn't exclusively female. Still, you won't have heard of Othello. Who says I'm jealous?
Ernie, no less.
Ernest. Oh, he's even more sensitive than I thought.
Sensitive?
Something you wouldn't understand, Mr. Piggott.
No, but what I do understand, Emily, is that an enterprise of mine is in danger of being sabotaged.
Ernest's actually threatening not to go because of me.
He is.
Wonders upon wonders.
Ah, but both you and me know that he is going to go, don't we, Emily?
Do we? I mean, it's his decision.
Oh, do me a favour, Emily.
Pardon?
Look, there is no point in you being jealous, is there?
I am not jealous. I'm much too adult and mature. Why isn't there any point in me being jealous? If I were jealous, that is.
Why do you think I picked Ernie for the job?
Because he's an experienced and occasionally quite inspired photographer. A monochrome he did of Liverpool Cathedral.
No, not entirely, Emily.
Why else, then?
Because I can trust him to ignore the distractions which you and me know are part and parcel of a grand tour of the continent with attractive female company. I can trust him to ignore them and get on with the job.
How can you be so sure?
Why? Because I know my Ernie Bishop. 99 men out of 100 would do a fair imitation of Errol Flynn in his prime. But your Ernie would be the 100th. He'd be there, clicking away with his little box brownie and not wasting my money.
You're so right, of course.
Oh, the name's Willie Piggott, love.
Still, it's not very flattering, is it? To Ernest, as a man.
Well, you can't have it both ways, Emily. Virility and peace of mind. Anyway, I'm told these philanderers aren't as hot as they make out. It's these quiet, undemonstrative ones that really count.
Who is it says that the philanderers aren't so hot? Probably the quiet, undemonstrative ones.
I reckon he's real gone on a poor lad.
Yes, so you keep saying, ad infinitum.
I bet he takes a picture to bed with him every night and sticks it underneath his pillow.
Probably.
She's just leading him on.
Is she?
And you're not in the least bit interested?
Elsie, should I be?
No, but it's just something to talk about, isn't it?
Well, you know my views about gossip.
And mine too, but it helps to pass an hour or two on, doesn't it?
Ken?
I know I'm a mad fool to even think I can do anything, but I will talk to Miss Reed.
Oh, I am glad, Ken. You've no idea how worried I am. She's in the living room.
All right, I'll go through then, shall I?
Of course. And, good luck.
Oh, thanks. Well, I might just turn tail and run, yeah.
Don't think you will, somehow.
Ken, where is he?
Where's who?
Ken. Saw him come in here and now he's vamoosed.
Well, I've not seen him.
But I saw him with my own eyes. I saw him come in here, I tell you.
Well, where is he then?
I wonder if I want stronger glasses.
It's all this ogling at models. It's straining your eyes.
Oh, and who should I be ogling models?
Ray.
Look, what I want to know is, how does she get 136 to match to the 36?
Come again.
This woman that's going modelling for Bishop, she's 36, 24, 36.
Mr. Tatlock.
Well, it's a thought, isn't it?
What can I do for you, Mr. Barlow?
Do you mind if I just talk about myself first?
Be my guest.
Well, as you probably know, I'm a school teacher for my sin.
Yes, I did know.
Well, seeing that I'm a school teacher and I've had the benefit of a university education, there are some people who regard me as a sort of wise man, an oracle, a Solomon even.
Really?
Yes, you notice I say some people. There are others who think I'm a bit of an idiot.
Oh, I doubt you that.
However, it's in my capacity as village guru that I've been asked to come and see you.
Oh?
To say that whatever your relationship is with Alan Howard, it can only end in tears.
Is that what you believe? Or are you just repeating what your sponsors believe?
Oh, no, I believe it. Situations like, like one you're in always attract their fair share of tears.
What about after the tears?
Oh, the promised land, you mean? Well, I doubt if there's one for anybody. But I'm certain there's none for you.
Oh, you've said your piece. Done your duty, haven't you, Mr. Interlocutor?
Well, I hope I've said enough to convince you that you're being silly.
Sorry.
You are, you know.
School's over. The bell's gone.
I know what I'm talking about, I really do.
Scram, Mr. Barlow. There's a good little teacher.
I get some rotten jobs, don't I?
Yes, you do. But you know something?
What?
You could always refuse them.
Oh, I have been known to get results.
On your way out, tell Maggie that you did your best.
Oh, yes, so very attractive. Yes, I shall look a right fuddy-duddy alongside you two.
Oh, don't be silly. You're a very attractive man. Didn't I tell you? I like older men.
No, you didn't, as a matter of fact.
What she means is she just likes men. Full stop.
Well, at least it's normal.
Mr. Pickett's cutting in fine if we're going to catch that plane. Do you like flying?
Adore it. So simple.
Me too.
I hate it. So don't expect me to speak to anybody till we land at Geneva. Oh, hello, Amelia. I'd just about given you up.
Well, you didn't really think I'd let you go without saying goodbye, did you?
You've not met Karen yet, have you?
No.
Hello.
No.
She's going to model for me.
Fancy.
Mr. Bishop, is there anywhere we can wash our hands?
Yes, just through there.
Oh, Karen.
Oh, but I don't want to wash my hands.
Come on, Karen.
Oh.
Really, in honesty, Emily, you don't mind me going off, do you? Mr. Pickett
Of
said
course I mind. I don't want to lose you even for a few weeks.
I can still give back word.
What, and upset Willie Piggott?
Fancy you being jealous of me.
What gave you that idea?
Lucille.
Oh, it was Lucille, was it? She doesn't know what she's talking about.
You can trust me implicitly, Emily. I'd never succumb to the blandishments of another woman, no matter how hard she tried to ensnare me.
Of course I trust you, Ernest.
Right then, everybody fit? I shall have to drive at 90 through Manchester in order to get that plane.
Are we ready?
Of course I'm ready, all right.
Goodbye, Miss Nugent.
Bye. Oh, don't worry about Ernie. I'll look after him.
Come on, Ernie, lad, I've left the engine running. It's a 3 litre. It doesn't use petrol, it drinks it.
Oh. Goodbye, Emily.
Au revoir, Ernest. Come back safe.
Come on. Hey, you never know, Emily. It just might be the making of him, eh?
Well, I just caught sight of a shapely leg climbing into old Fat Piggott's limousine. Makes you sick, doesn't it? All that crumpet wasted on desiccated Ernie.
Yeah, well, when I asked Piggott if I could get to Blazer Trail for pensioners' holidays, he just laughed.
Mr. Bishop's gone then, has he?
Yeah.
I do abhor weak women.
Look, I'm trying to say that if you must have a boyfriend to fool around with, it would be safer if it was somebody who doesn't work at my garage.
This must be my day for lectures. This is the second one today.
Who gave you the first one?
It doesn't matter. Is that really the reason you want me to stop flirting with Colin? Because he's close to home?
Well, he is close to home, isn't he? How do you suppose I feel with him mooning around the place morning, noon and night?
That's really what I'm asking. How do you feel?
Well, I feel edgy, Janet. That's how I feel. And it's dangerous. People might notice.
I see.
Now, what does that mean?
Just that I see.
Look, I don't think I'm getting through to you. I want the Leeds incident to remain the way it is, as private between you and me. And if you keep coming round to that garage, ostensibly to flirt with my mechanic, but really to see me, it puts that snippet of classified information at risk. Right?
Yes, Alan.
Will you try and remember?
I will, Alan. Oh, Janet, I forgot to tell you, while you were out earlier on, you had a phone call. Oh? From your sister, Helen. Yeah, the one you went to see, in Leicester. Well, she and her husband are coming to see you. Never rains, but it pours, does it, Maggie?